Hopping, car X1, Neil Lorenz in New South Wales 1. A top field, Mark Feeney in 99. They're coming through 3 and 4, hopefully to collect the green flag this time round. They do that. Out of the gate like a bullet out of the gun. 25. Peter Clark, bringing for ACT Refrigeration and TH Williams Automotive. And look at the lead he's built up out of turns 1 and 2. The rest of the lot you could throw a blanket over at the moment. 54 getting all messed up there. That's Barry Bundy. As they make their way round out of turn 4, 1 lap down, 7 to go, car 71, Jeff Hitler. The Fortune back in there in third. Tony Hopping making his way through the field in the orange New South Wales 1 car. David Hopping in number 2, right on his hammer. Then 99, Mark Feeney rounding out the top bunch. You'll find as in this seat there is a lot of close racing amongst the modified boys. And believe me, they're not scared to go wheel to wheel. We have a bit of a dust up down there in turn 1. I can see Tony Hopping's involved. Steve Fortune's down there. David Hopping's in there as well. The late arrival on the scene, I can't quite pick that up. The modified boys bring it out of turn 4 to collect the green flag. 6 laps remaining in this one. Matilda, 25 in there in second place, Peter Clark. And the Hopping boys doing a number here. On the inside of Clark, David passing Tony. They go up the back straight and split the modifieds into turn 3. Both Hoppings on the high side, and on the inside here is Tony Hopping in the orange mobile. David Hopping back in third place and Feeney in fourth place. A nice little scrap for those minor placings. Out in front though is 71, Jeff Hitler. And the Hopping boys really going hammer and tong here at PCR as they come out of turn 4. Still a fair way back in the pack. Neil Lorenz in car 1 New South Wales getting very high and sidewards in turns 3 and 4. About half a lap between him and the leaders. So I think he'll be content just to try and improve his position and not go haywire and try to lap the field as the first 3 start to bunch up. And this could almost be termed as an unfair advantage as Hilda in 71 has to try and hold off the Hopping boys. Tony and David. Tony's the hard charger at the moment in car X1. Right together as they go into turn 3 yet again. And sensational action here by the modifieds. A lot of work goes into these cars and Hopping around the outside. Let's see if it pays off. David's on the inside. This is 3 abreast between 3 of the best drivers of modifieds. They go at the back straight away, and it is Tony Hopping in car X1 who takes the lead. He goes rather high. Hilda and David Hopping in there. They're not going to give up until the checkered flag drops. That's only 1 lap away as we get the white flag from the officials on the infield. David Hopping in car 2, putting it down into 1 like George Tatmore or Gary Rush. These guys definitely aren't short of ticker as they come round to collect the checkered flag. A top drive by Tony Hopping, car number X1. Jeff Hilda, car 71, takes second, and David Hopping going for a bit of a 4-wheel drive. Turn 1 will take the third. We'll be making that announcement. Right now we go green. This is most of the journey only from the middle markers system for the modified. Make their way up through turns 1 and 2, and it's Jim Solito who jumps out in the number 50 car, heading down the back section. Further back, Robert Stevens in car number 79 trying to follow suit. Okay, the 95 car back in third running. And we've got our doubts at this stage that is in fact Sid Moore behind the wheel as they head down the back section. We'll see if we can check that out for you from the modified officials. But the 95 car runs up into second now with car number 79, Robert Stevens. Back in third now. Okay, Pat Parry, the driver of car number 95. Pat Parry, the driver tonight. Car number 95. Back in second place behind a very relaxed guy. That was small from Jim Solito. Car number 50. Car number 50. Pat Parry gathering up quickly now. And also jumping out of the pack, Jeff Jenner, car number 8. Jeff Jenner back hard through turn 1, heading across into turn 2. And Jim Solito running into problems now, losing all, well, certainly not all, but a lot of power in the number 50 car. Gets it together again, but back in the pack in third running at the moment. And in fact, a lot of drama unfolding behind Jim Solito. And car number 50, and over on the back section of the circuit, problems now. As the yellow flags come out, amber caution lights on display. Yellow flashing now for the number 29 car of Stan Wilson. Stan Wilson, CIO entry, car number 29. He ventured into the modified division, sitting back in position 5. And the boy of Ken Jenkins, car number 52. Well, Pat Parry finds an unusual run and an unusual line across turn 2, but however manages to hold the lead. Backs it hard into turn 3, but runs out of the power band there as the front end kicks out of the 95 car and causing a lot of hassles for Big Jeffrey Jenner. Car number 8, Big Jeff didn't take too kind to that and throws the 8 car hard at Pat Parry, but loses all the momentum there. Sideways car washing off all the speed of Pat Parry now. Opens up that lead down through turns 3 and 4. Racing onto the main straightaway now, and Troy Jenkins still back in position 5 at the moment. Big Jenner in second was Warren Vassell, one of the first of the modified competitors here at PCR, getting the job done further back in the pack in car number 27. 79 car, that's Robert Stevens. Robert Stevens still holding down second place. The black and white comes out, and Pat Parry takes the win. Pat Parry in car number 95 takes the win. Wow, close on the wire, and I think Warren Vassell may have picked up second place in the number 27 car. Warren Vassell. And the 79 car of Robert Stevens. Car number 79, Robert Stevens for the modified. Modified action time, here we go, green flag drops. I won't say what stops, but we're racing modified. The two hopping boys are in there, both at the rear of the field. That's Tony and David. Steve's in there as well in car number 4, as well as one New South Wales Neil Lorenz. David hopping doing a bit of high siding down the back. Steve Fortune's our race leader at the moment. Steve in car number 7, very hard to tell with all the mud and whatnot on the car. 54 in there in second, Barry Bundy. And grouped up very closely still after 2 laps of the 6 modified. 6 of the best you're seeing at the moment here in PCR. And what a race it is. Tony hopping, really going at it here. Still Fortune, Lorenz and Bundy, 1, 2, 3, hopping, hopping, hopping is the remainder of the field. The family feud at the end as Fortune leads them down into turn 1 again. David Hopping's done the back right-hand tyre. I think you'll find this one a bit difficult to complete as he pulls the number 1 machine infield. Tony, sorry, X1, Tony Hopping, my apologies. The action is up front though. Fortune and Lorenz side by side as they go down into turn 1 and 2 again. 1 minute 25 eclipsed in this race. 6 laps, and it's the Super 6. Or Super 5 you may say. Steve hopping a long way back in car number 4. White flag, we've got one to travel. Steve Fortune though, looking the goods. He goes out of turn 2, half a lap remaining. The challenge here is going to come from Lorenz. Down the back straightaway they go, Lorenz. What line is he going to choose? He's not going to pass him. A good win for Steve Fortune, car number 7. Neil Lorenz in New South Wales 1 will take the second. And car number 2, David Hopping will take the third. Bundy was in there in 4th and 5th. Steve Hopping, of course. Tony Hopping, car X1, unable to finish. Pat Parry sitting on position 2 in the Sidmore 95 car, 79 in there as well. Of course, Robert Stevens. It looks like we'll go racing this time around. Green flag, 8 laps. Action aplenty, modified times. They come round and do collect the green. And it is Pat Parry in the Sidmore prepared 95 modified. Out in front and doing it nicely. We've got a few sparks flying from the 55 car. Terry Hopwood, I think that is, from Newcastle. The red one. A lot of sparkage from the back left tyre. He's been given the black flag. The officials, a sensible decision. Nothing though at the moment is going to phase Parry. No one's dust hitting his goggles. He's got the track to himself, you may say, out high, and really puts the pedal to the metal down the main straight and flicks her into turn 1 and 2. Gets a little bit too side with 79, Robert Stevens. Could be the hard charge of the field. Car number 8, Jeff Jenner. The granddaddy of modified racing, you may say. And it was Harry wide. Far too wide on turns 3 and 4. Lost, and here he goes on the inside. Sensational racing here from the modifieds. Way up, and Parry and Jenner. Head to head they went on turn 2. No yellow flag. There is nothing obscuring the track as car 79, Robbie Stevens, sorry, takes it down almost 1 minute 30. Gone in the rain and fairly drama free. Modifieds a very sensible class, like just to get out there, do their laps and get straight back into the challenge for the lead. Comes now 27. Warren Vassell, Forster, Vassell, Stevens. As the yellow comes out, back modified racing again. This is the B main we have on the track. Still Robert Stevens in car 79, showing the way to the other boys. 27's in there. Warren Vassell doing it for Foster Automotive. Jeff Jenner in car 8 also in there, and it's Vassell who moves into the lead. The high line was taken by Stevenson. Vassell said thank you very much. Slipped through on the inside like a snake-skin salesman. As he heads down the back straightaway. The boy from up north really showing some of the Sydney-siders how to drive the modified round the Clayway here at Parramatta City Raceway. Jeff Jenner and car 52, Troy Jenkins, involved in a bit of a tussle here for 3rd and 4th. Troy only a young guy starting out on the modified circuit, and Jeff has been around for a while. As the white flag's out, we've got one more to run, and this is the B main, presented by Auto Village Holden. And still it is Warren Vassell in car number 27 going just through the motions through turns 3 and 4 and onto the main straightaway to collect the checkered flag. It is Vassell to take the win. Car 79, Robert Stevens. Jeff Jenner follows him up in 3rd place with a lot of smoke coming from under the hood in the Jenner-mobile. Lightning Lance informs me that looks like a radiator hose. Let us go racing this time round, and it's Harry that takes the lead in the Sidmore prepared CR&D mobile. Action aplenty in turn one, modified side with the new race leader already, car 79, Robert Stevens. And look at car 1, Tony Hopping making his way through the field, carving them up like pieces of meat as Hopping. In the X1 car, the orange one, Barry Bundy challenging here for second. The rest of the field, you can throw a blanket over these guys. It's up front where it counts, though, Steve Fortune in there. He'll do this one tough, as will David Hopping, both back in the pack a bit. 79 Stevens. Sponsored by Superior Smash Repairs. I don't think you'll have any worries about that tonight. 95, Pat Parry in there in second. And here comes Hopping, Tony Hopping. He'll be the one to watch in this field, the 15-lapper. The race leader, Stevens, slowed down somewhat on turns 3 and 4. And Hopping and Parry really taking it to their advantage. Bit of tyre rubbing going on down the main straightaway. Barry Bundy, and here comes Neil Lorenz, New South Wales 1. He's in position 5 at the moment, still plenty of race time left. 1 minute 20 now eclipsed from the race. Race leader is ours, Robert Stevens, pulls it across to the side, and like Jump Jet Losman, puts it back on. A new race leader again. This time it's Tony Hopping in X1. The yellow lights are on. We've got cars everywhere on and off the track. Barry Bundy stopped the 54 machine at the end of turn 2. We have the green flag at the ready this time. As the modified with the pedal to the metal down the main straightaway. Pat Parry will lead them off. And again, Tony Hopping on the inside. The switches to the outside. Lorenz is in there. David Hopping, Steve Fortune. Bumper to bumper action here at PCR tonight. Hopping thought he sided the gap on the inside. That gap shut very quickly, and Lorenz is really going well here tonight. This is the final. Brought to you by Sucky Motors Homebush. Tony Hopping again. Mounts the challenge down the back straightaway. Again, to be cut off. In more polite terms, though, by Pat Parry. David Hopping in the meantime is doing battle with Neil Lorenz for 3rd and 4th position. And Steve Hopping doing battle for 5th and 6th. On the inside goes David Hopping. All he needed was that half brake. He turned an inch into a mile there. A bit of toe tapping, wheel stomping. Action down on turn 4. That allows Neil Lorenz to keep his 3rd position. David Hopping still in 4th. Mr. Jenkins yet again makes his way trackside with that infamous black and white flag. Who's it going to go out to this time? David Hopping again. Neil Lorenz gives him a bit of wham bam thank you ma'am as they head down the front straight away. In the meanwhile, Tony Hopping really clearing out from the field here in this 15-lap final at PCR tonight. A 1-lap time of 18.18 seconds for Tony. They're circulating with quite a rapid rate. The field evenly spread as David Hopping and it looks like Steve Fortune do a bit of wheel rubbing down in turn 1. No problems though for Tony Hopping at the moment. Making his way through some of the slower traffic out of turn 2 it goes. Time to drop way back into 4th position. Now 2nd place is held down by 1 New South Wales, Neil Lorenz. Here comes David on the inside. The interesting little tussle here. David Hopping's got it virtually 1 out front. The battle's back here for 2nd and 3rd. Lorenz has got the advantage at the moment. Don't expect him to hold that for too long. These two will come until the checkered drop. David Hopping putting it a little bit too sideways. A bit over aggressive down there. 3 and 4. A long way back to 4th. Driving there, involved a bit of a mix-up. No stoppages, everyone keeps going. Tony Hopping looking good, making his way through the slower traffic nicely. No problems about it. Neil Lorenz holding off the challenge of David Hopping. Car number 2, Pat Parry still back in the 4th. 27th, Warren Bassel. Holding his back there in 5th, they're the minor places, so the race leader selects the 1 lap to go flag. got about half to go. Jeff Dennis off the track down in turn 2. But put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. A top win. Tony Hopping in car X1 takes the modified main event tonight. Second place, Neil Lorenz in 1 New South Wales. Third place goes to David Hopping in car 2. Action-packed event. Tony Hopping in tremendous form tonight, just about as always. Tony Hopping tonight running the X1 car, figured in the minor placings there. Davey crossing the wire to third, and Neil Lorenz, New South Wales Jeff, in the number 1 car, taking second placing on that occasion. X1, N1, and number 2 will be the readout. Let's cross down trackside now with Stuart Telfer is going to grab a word with our main event winner for the Sutton's Motors sponsored modified main event tonight, Tony Hopping.
Thanks very much, Al. Tony, congratulations. Nice drive in Phil Gillen's car tonight, beauty.
Yeah, real happy. It doesn't quite make up for last week, but last week was a good finish anyway. No, I'm happy with Dulux Auto Colour cars running sweet. Everything's running good.
Okay, and the man who beat you in New South Wales title last night, Neil Lorenz from Grafton, was second to you here tonight.
Yeah, well, that's where I think he's going to stay all season when I'm there.
Well, okay, you got the points last week, you picked them up tonight. Nice win. Race fans, put your hands together for Tony Hopping.
Thanks very much.